You know that feeling when your space just doesn't feel like you? Well, that's me. My apartment is cold, cluttered, and it's just not the cozy little haven I've imagined. So today I'm giving it a complete makeover with a zero budget. No shopping, just creativity, repurposing, and a little bit of magic. Let's get this place a little more cozy. We're gonna start this makeover in the living room. Let me show you what we're working with. As you can see, just mad clutter. Things everywhere, furniture everywhere. I feel like it's just a modge podge of stuff. So we have this big office desk. We've got the big TV, our big couch, rocking chair. Also, there's just random wall decor. We also have the bookshelves and blankets, this little area as well. Okay, for the vision, I'm thinking soft textures, warm tones, and textured lighting. And a layout that actually makes sense. But my only rule, again, is no spending. So we're gonna have to work with what we got. And being freaking creative. Looking on Pinterest, I was trying to get some inspiration. I have a couple pictures. These are my thoughts. Again, I'm trying to keep it simple because I'm only working with what I have, so we can't go too crazy. One thing I wanted to mention in these photos is that both of them have a coffee table and plants. And although I do have one plant, it is dying. It doesn't look that beautiful, my poor plant. I do have a coffee table down in the storage room, but I need this space so my baby can play around, so that's why the coffee table got the boot. But for the most part, this is the vibe. So I attempted to rearrange furniture, and unfortunately, it's not gonna work. The desk has to stay where it is because of all the cables. The couch, I tried to move it, but then the length from the desk to the wall, that didn't work, so it got moved back. So the furniture is gonna have to stay where it is, but that's fine. I removed the movie posters off the wall, and I replaced it with the world map. That piece was actually hanging in my bathroom. I'm not sure if I should be adding more decor to the wall, or do I keep it pretty simple? Something that I've always wanted to do is paint on either like furniture or like walls or something in my house. Obviously, I can't paint on the walls. Currently living in an apartment, I do have this blanket basket thing that I thought would be such a fun DIY project by just painting it. I thought it would add some magic to the space and bring a little bit more color. Checking out my Pinterest, I found a few photos that really inspired me. I also wanted to go with the green because I honestly tend to go for more like blues and greens for some reason. I know I wanted to warm up the space, and green is not a warm color, but I like the vibe, so we're gonna add it anyways. I just used my regular acrylic paint. I think this DIY turned out so cute, so perfect for the space, especially the size. I can use this as like a side table, coffee table type of vibe. I'm so happy that I have kept this light. This light is actually from like 2 years ago, back when I owned my own little salon. Actually, the world map is as well. The world map and that light are from my salon that I used to do. The biggest problem was where am I gonna put it, because it's big but it's also kind of short, so it's kind of an awkward height to put on a table or not to put on a table. I wasn't sure. I think right here next to the TV is a perfect spot, and I feel like it being across the room from the other light, I think it adds a good balance and it really warms up the space. I really love how the light peeks through. So my parents are getting rid of some furniture, and there's this bookshelf kind of glass case that they're getting rid of that I wanted to replace the bookshelf here with, because I'm gonna need to start baby proofing soon, and all these open bookshelves are not the greatest for baby proofing, so I thought that'd be nice to have the doors. So I just got started and got rid of the bookshelf. I actually put it in my bedroom. We'll play with that later in another episode when I redo the bedroom. For the living room, got rid of the bookshelf, and actually I'm really loving how open the space is. It has opened up this little hallway between coming from the front door into the living room and the rest of the apartment. And I feel actually so much, like it feels like there's so much more space now. I still need to declutter all this bookshelf and the rest of that area. Right, Clem? Oh, you're so cute. Remember the movie posters from the beginning of this video? Well, so I took them down and I was thinking about putting them in the bathroom, but I did not like that idea because I thought, you know, that's kind of gross. I really do like those posters. I don't want that in like a bathroom. And also, for the most part, unless you close the door, you can see the decoration. If you keep the door open, it covers that whole wall, so you can't really even see it. So I'm like, I'm not really gonna see it like that often. I want to see it, so scratch that idea. Well, we have this huge wall right when you walk into our apartment. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to kind of separate the space between the hallway and then the living room. But because we have our couch in this formation where it kind of blocks off the living room and creates its own space, I guess, I thought maybe I could actually put the posters up and it'd be like a hall. We also have the small old TV with the original Nintendo, and I thought that would add such good vibes. So I put up the posters, and then I put the TV in the corner. I think the vibes are high. Next project I did was the pillows. It came with original pillows, and let's be honest, the design I feel is ugh. I always flip them upside down. I have a lot of fabric just laying here from sewing projects and whatnot. I thought, what if I just make my own cover? I'm trying to add a little bit more color, a little bit more life to our space, so I thought the yellow was nice. I didn't have enough fabric to cover the whole pillow with the yellow, but I had an extra white pillowcase, and I figured that would look nice, just have the back be white from yellow. It also brought in the yellow from the coffee table, as well as a little hint of the yellow from the world map. So I pulled this rug out to add more, you know, life to the space, more vibes, more color. I think it adds a space. It just brings more warmth. Also, it's so freaking soft. To finish off the living room, the last section I wanted to decorate was the little wall underneath the counter. My original idea was to put woven baskets and nail that into the wall and have that be like Clem's toy baskets, but you know, I wasn't supposed to spend money, and I really was debating to go and purchase woven baskets. So I did go to the thrift store and I searched. Fortunately, I did not like any of the baskets at the thrift, so I did not purchase any. However, I did find this freaking adorable vintage baby piano. I could not resist. It was $13 though. But so, because I didn't find any woven baskets, I was like, okay, I just need to look around the house, see what I have. And I do have one basket that's super cute, is exactly what I'm thinking. And I just need a second one. But as of right now, I'm gonna use her little basket that I've been using, and then the woven basket as the second one. I'm so proud of like how much we have done, how much change that has happened. I didn't know where this was going to end up at the beginning of this video, so I'm really excited to where we have gotten. There's still a few spots where I feel like maybe it's a little too empty. I'm not really feeling some of the decoration. I'm not sure. I would love input. So literally any of the walls, any of the spots that you guys have like an opinion on, I would love to hear it. You can see though, I was originally gonna put a bookshelf right here, the glass one for my parents, and then make it like stained glass. But I think I'm gonna make that into a different video because I don't know when I'm gonna get that bookshelf. Plus this would be a good stopping point in case you guys have any good ideas then I can add on to. So hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts and I'll see you in another video.